What makes a piece of stone feel so alive? They arrive every day, in long, shuffling lines, from every corner of the world, speaking 100 different tongues. They enter the gallery in Florence, and a hush falls over the crowd. Illuminated under a soft, reverent light, he stands. Michelangelo's David, a giant carved from a single block of Carrara marble, a testament to human genius. Perfect, beautiful, completely, unapologetically naked. The reaction is always there. A small, electric shock. To understand the shock, you must first understand the stone. David was not born in the quiet of a museum. He was carved between 1501 and 1504 from a single, massive block of marble that other sculptors had abandoned. But a young Michelangelo, only in his 20s, saw the potential hidden within. He saw a figure trapped in the stone, waiting to be released. For more than 2 years, he worked in secrecy, chipping away at the marble, breathing life into the cold, hard rock. When he was finished, he had not just carved a statue, he had created a living presence. The skin seems to possess a warmth. The veins on the back of the hand look as if they pulse with blood. Every muscle is tensed, every sinew is defined. You can almost feel the weight of the sling on his shoulder and the smooth, cool stone in his hand. Yet this single, silent figure still startles and provokes. The initial reaction in 16th century Florence set a precedent for centuries of controversy. He was positioned in the Piazza della Signoria, the political heart of Florence, right outside the seat of government. He was a political statement, a symbol of the Florentine Republic's defiance, particularly against the Medici. His nudity was a part of that statement. But not everyone saw it that way. For some, placing a massive naked man in the city's main square was profound indecency. A faction even threw stones at the statue during its installation. In a compromise, a gilded garland of 28 copper fig leaves was made to be hung around the statue's hips. A small concession to powerful voices demanding censorship. This was the first of many battles David would face over his right to stand as his creator intended. The debate was never just about the statue, it was about power, control, the public definition of morality. The real reason for the continued attempts at censorship is far darker than simple prudishness. What happened next shocked Europe. The story of David is not just a story of art, it is a story of survival. It has survived riots. It has survived political upheaval. In 1527, a bench struck the statue, shattering its left arm into 3 pieces. Giorgio Vasari and Francesco de Rossi rescued the pieces. The scars are invisible now, but they are part of its history. For almost 400 years, David stood exposed to the elements: rain, wind, sun, pollution. In 1873, he was moved to the Galleria dell'Accademia. In the piazza, he was part of daily life. In the museum, he became an icon under a skylight, separated by a barrier. The experience became one of pilgrimage rather than everyday encounter, a context born of a long history of both love and violence. Most tourists never realize this shift, but what happened next shocked Europe. The move from the piazza to the museum created a new kind of shock. It was the shock of context. From the messy, vibrant chaos of a public square to a sterile, controlled gallery, something is lost. In the piazza, David had to compete for attention. Inside, he is the climax of a carefully orchestrated museum experience. Visitors pay. Lighting is dramatic. The space reverent. This focus can amplify the statue's physical perfection and its nudity. A replica stands outdoors, but everyone knows it is a ghost. Who gets to decide the fate of public art? Does protecting an artwork mean we must lock it away? Spontaneous reactions of the street were replaced by muted whispers. For some, this focused encounter is even more confronting than a distant view. Most tourists never realize this paradox. The very act of preserving David has intensified what makes him shocking. Rehook. Most tourists never realize this. Let us look again at the body itself. David's body is a body of action and power, tense and alert. Michelangelo used anatomy to model not just form, but the mind. It is a statement of truth. There is nothing to hide, no armor to protect him. A profoundly humanist idea, celebrating the dignity of the individual. For some, the naked body is beauty and freedom. For others, decay and temptation. From clothed replicas to school controversies, the shock remains. What happened next shocked Europe. The mayor of Florence honored a principle for teaching art correctly. The statue forces a conversation many avoid. Why can a natural body be offensive? It pushes back against the idea the body is inherently sinful or must be hidden. We stand on a cultural fault line. The jolt of shock is a tremor from a long, ongoing earthquake. The statue remains still, while the world argues at its feet. Most tourists never realize this. In the end, we return to the quiet of the gallery. The crowds thin, the lights dim. David stands through the night in silence. The shock a tourist feels is layered. Surprise, awe, discomfort, a flicker of recognition. The greatest art keeps asking questions long after its creator is gone. Michelangelo carved more than a man from stone. He carved a question mark. Our reaction reflects our time, our culture, our histories. He has worn a fig leaf, been pelted with stones, hailed as freedom, condemned as sin, used as emblem, and still he endures. The quiet end is that there is no end. The conversation continues. David's nudity is about essential humanity, vulnerable yet strong, thoughtful yet poised to act. So the next time you see him, think about the centuries at his feet and what you feel. The truth about David is a question we carry home.